Imagine waking up every day with more energy, without that constant fatigue that binds you to the couch, and knowing you're protecting your heart, your kidneys, and your eyesight against the silent risks of high blood sugar. If you're over 60 here in the United States, controlling your blood sugar isn't just a recommendation. It's the key to a full, independent life full of family time. But what if I told you that small daily habits can lower your glucose levels naturally, without crash diets or expensive drugs? I'm Dr. Natisha James, and in this video I'm going to reveal 5 powerful habits, proven by science, that will transform your routine and give you more vitality after 60. Stay until the end to find out how to get started today. And if you're watching from any amazing cities or states here in the United States, feel free to write your city or state in the comments below. It's always a great pleasure to connect with you coast to coast. If this message is already motivating you, give it a like now and subscribe to the channel to receive more exclusive tips like these, so you never miss the updates that can change your health for the better. Let's get started. Have you ever stopped to think why, after the age of 60, it seems that blood sugar becomes more difficult to control? It's not just your impression. It's a biological reality that happens to millions of Americans in this age group. Over the years, our body changes in several important ways. First, insulin sensitivity decreases naturally. This means that the cells do not respond as well to the hormone that helps carry glucose from the blood into them. As a result, more sugar is circulating in the blood for longer, creating peaks and troughs that leave us exhausted. Second, muscle mass tends to decrease, a process called sarcopenia. Do you know what the role of muscles is? They are like sponges that absorb glucose even without needing much insulin. With less muscle, there is more glucose left in the blood. Third, chronic stress, which many of us carry after decades of work, family, and responsibilities, elevates cortisol. And cortisol, in turn, makes the liver release more glucose into the blood, even when we don't need it. All this adds up to a lifestyle that over time often becomes more sedentary. Less movement, fast and processed meals, shorter or poorer quality sleep. These factors, so common in everyday life here in the United States, create the perfect setting for blood sugar to quietly rise. And the numbers don't lie. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, more than 1 in 4 American adults over the age of 65 already lives with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Many do not even know it yet because the initial symptoms are subtle. Tiredness that does not explain, greater thirst, vision a little blurry, tingling in the hands or feet. But when we ignore these signs, the risk increases for serious problems. Heart disease, kidney damage, vision problems, and even amputations in more severe cases. The good news, and it's really good, is that you are not doomed to this path. Studies published in journals such as the Journal of the American Geriatric Society show that simple and consistent changes in daily routine can improve insulin sensitivity by up to 20 to 30% in a few weeks, even in people over 60. And the best part? These changes don't require a heavy gym, extreme diets, or spending fortunes on expensive supplements. You don't have to become an athlete or turn your life upside down. What you need are smart habits that are easy to incorporate into your day-to-day that work in your favor 24 hours a day. This is exactly what we are going to cover in the next few minutes. Here are 5 powerful habits, based on solid scientific evidence and tested by thousands of Americans your age, that help lower glucose levels naturally and sustainably. And most importantly, these habits are not temporary. When you embrace them, they become part of your new normal. A normal with more energy, less inflammation, better mood, and most of all, the real feeling of being in control of your health. So if you're tired of feeling hostage to your blood sugar, tired of looking at the numbers on the glucometer with concern, this is the time to change the game. Get ready, because the first habit we're going to talk about is simple, free, and one of the most powerful that exist for anyone over 60. Shall we? Now let's go to the first powerful habit, and perhaps the most transformative of all for those over 60. A daily 30-minute walk. Why does it work so well? Because walking isn't just exercise. It's one of the most effective and gentle ways to improve insulin sensitivity. When you walk at a moderate pace, your large muscles, thighs, glutes, calves, begin to pull glucose from the blood directly, without needing much insulin. Studies by the American Diabetes Association show that 30 minutes of walking after meals can reduce postprandial glucose spikes by up to 30% in people of advanced age. This means less sugar circulating for hours, less fatigue and less stress on the pancreas. And the best thing, you don't have to run, jump or go to the gym. Walking is accessible, free, and can be done anywhere. In the neighborhood, at the mall, in the backyard, or even indoors walking back and forth while watching TV. How to put this into practice simply and sustainably? First, choose the best time. Right after breakfast or lunch is ideal, because that's when blood sugar tends to rise the most. If you can, take 2 short walks of 15 minutes each one after each main meal. Second, keep a comfortable pace. You should be able to talk without gasping for breath. If it's too easy, speed it up a bit. If it's hard, slow it down. The important thing is consistency, not perfection. Third, make it enjoyable. Listen to a podcast, music you love, or take a walk with a friend, spouse, or grandchild. Many of my patients say that what keeps them motivated is turning walking into a moment of connection or relaxation. What are the benefits that you will feel quickly? More energy during the day. That woke up refreshed feeling that many lose with age. Better mood because movement releases endorphins. Weight management easier since you burn calories without extreme effort. And, of course, numbers on the glucometer that begin to drop noticeably in a few weeks. Imagine this. Instead of looking at the device and feeling concerned, you see the numbers improving and think, I'm doing this. I'm in control. A real example of one of my patients, Mr. Robert, 68 years old, from Ohio. He started walking only 10 minutes a day because he didn't think he could take it anymore. In 4 weeks, it increased to 30 minutes and saw his fasting glucose drop from 142 to 118 mg/dl. He told me, Doctor, I didn't know walking could change my life so much. So if you can only adopt one habit starting today, do this one. 30 minutes of daily walking is a powerful investment in your future. Ready for the next one? Let's talk about something you do 3 times a day that can be your greatest ally or your greatest enemy in controlling sugar. The way you eat fiber. We come to the second powerful habit, and this is one of those that you already do 3 times a day. But that, when done in the right way, becomes a real shield against blood sugar spikes. Include fiber in every meal. Why are fibers so effective? They act as a natural barrier. When you eat foods high in fiber, they slow down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. This means that glucose enters the blood much more gradually, avoiding those rapid spikes that overload the pancreas and cause fatigue after meals. Studies by the American Diabetes Association show that increasing fiber intake by just 10 to 15 grams per day can reduce average glucose levels by as much as 10 to 15 milligrams per deciliter in people over 60, as well as improve insulin sensitivity over time. The secret is not to eat less carbohydrates. It's to eat the right carbohydrates accompanied by fiber. Soluble fibers, found in oatmeal, beans, unpeeled apples, form a gel in the intestine that literally slows down the release of sugar. Insoluble fiber, in leafy vegetables, wheat bran, adds bulk and helps satiety, which prevents impulsive snacks that raise glucose. How to implement this simply and practically in everyday American life. For breakfast, swap refined cereal for whole oats, old-fashioned oats, with fresh fruit and a spoonful of chia or flaxseed. This already delivers 8 to 10 grams of fiber early on. At lunch and dinner, always start with a large salad, lettuce, spinach, tomatoes, cucumbers, or steamed vegetables. Add beans, lentils or chickpeas, inexpensive and affordable sources in any supermarket. In snacks, prefer unpeeled fruits, apple, pear, raw carrots, almonds or walnuts. Avoid juices and unpeeled dried fruits, which concentrate sugar. The benefits go beyond glycemic control. You'll feel less hungry between meals, have more regular digestion, say goodbye to the common cold after 60, and many even report an improvement in sustained energy throughout the day. An example that I often see in my patients is Mrs. 64-year-old Linda from Texas. She started by adding fiber at every meal, and within 6 weeks, her post-lunch glucose dropped from 180 to 135 milligrams per deciliter. She told me, Doctor, I eat more than before and feel better than ever. So, simple rule. In each dish, ask yourself, where is the fiber here? When you respond with vegetables, whole grains or legumes, you're taking a giant step toward stabilizing your blood sugar. Ready for the next one. Let's talk about something you drink every day that could be your greatest ally or silent villain. Smart hydration. Let's go to the third powerful habit, something that seems too simple to make a difference, but that directly impacts your glucose levels every day. Smart hydration with water and unsweetened teas. Many people don't know it, but dehydration is one of the silent factors that raise blood sugar. When you drink too little water, the volume of blood decreases, concentrating the glucose that is already circulating. This makes the levels appear higher on the glucometer and forces the body to work harder to compensate. Studies published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism show that even mild dehydration, loss of 1 to 2% of body weight in water, can increase fasting glucose by 5 to 10 milligrams per deciliter in older adults. On the other hand, staying well hydrated improves kidney function, helps eliminate excess glucose through urine, and reduces the risk of unnecessary spikes. In addition to plain water, unsweetened teas, especially green tea and hibiscus tea, bring an extra bonus. Green tea contains catechins, such as EGCG, that improve insulin sensitivity and help the body use glucose more efficiently. Research from the American Heart Association indicates that drinking 2 to 3 cups of green tea a day can reduce glycated hemoglobin A1C by up to 0.3% in people with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Daily goal: at least 64 ounces, about 2 liters, of fluids, adjusting for more if you take diuretic medications or live in a hot climate. Start the day with a large glass of water when you wake up. This wakes up the metabolism and prevents morning concentration of glucose. Replace sodas, processed juices, and sweetened beverages with lemon water, iced green tea, or hibiscus tea, all without added sugar. Use a reusable cup or bottle with markings to track consumption. Many of my patients find this motivating. If you find plain water bland, add lemon slices, cucumber or mint leaves. It keeps the taste fresh without calories. The benefits show up fast. Less bloating, healthier skin, more steady energy, without those mid-afternoon dips. And most importantly, more stable glucometer numbers. Many patients report that after a week of drinking more water, they feel less constant thirst and more mental clarity. One case that struck me was Mr. James, 71, of Florida. He drank only coffee and diet soda. When swapping for water and green tea, his average glucose dropped 18 points in a month, and he said, "Doctor, I didn't realize something so basic could make so much difference." Simple rule: drink before you feel thirsty. Thirst is already a sign of mild dehydration. Make hydration a daily ritual and see how your body thanks you. Ready for the next one? Let's talk about what happens while you sleep and how it can be the biggest saboteur or ally of your glycemic control. We come to the fourth powerful habit, and this is one of the most underrated. Ensuring a quality sleep of 7 to 8 hours a night. You may be wondering, what does sleep have to do with my blood sugar? The answer is everything. During deep sleep, the body regulates crucial hormones such as insulin, cortisol, and growth hormone. When you sleep little or poorly, cortisol, stress hormone, rises, and the liver releases more glucose into the blood, even without you eating anything. Studies from sleep medicine reviews show that sleeping less than 6 hours a night increases insulin resistance by up to 30% in older adults, raising fasting glucose and the risk of type 2 diabetes. On the other hand, a consistent 7 to 8 hours improves glycemic control and can reduce glycated hemoglobin by 0.2 to 0.5% in a few weeks. The problem is that after 60, sleep often becomes fragmented, waking up several times to go to the toilet, snoring, apnea, or simply difficulty falling asleep. This creates a vicious cycle. Bad sleep elevates sugar, high sugar worsens sleep. How to improve this practically and realistically? Create a fixed routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, including weekends. Prepare the environment. Dark room, cool, about 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Quiet. Use blackout curtains and a fan if you need to. Avoid screens at least an hour before bedtime. Blue light suppresses melatonin. Limit caffeine after noon and avoid heavy meals or alcohol at night. If you wake up at night, get up for 10 to 15 minutes, read something calm without bright light, and go back to bed only when you feel sleepy. The benefits go far beyond sugar control. You wake up with more energy, better mood, sharper memory, and less craving for sweets, because sleep regulates appetite. Many patients tell me that after fixing their sleep, they feel that they have regained years of life. An example is Mrs. Patricia, 67, from California. She slept only 5 hours and had fasting glucose above 130 milligrams per deciliter. With routine adjustments, it reached 7.5 hours and saw the numbers drop to below 110. She said, "Doctor, I thought it was just age, but it was sleep sabotaging me." Simple rule. Prioritize sleep as a health priority, not a luxury. Your body repairs and regulates glucose while you rest. Ready for the latest habit? Let's talk about how to monitor and calm the mind to keep all this sustainable. We come to the fifth and last powerful habit, which closes the loop and makes all the previous ones even more effective. Daily monitoring combined with a simple 10-minute meditation practice. First, monitoring. Knowing your real numbers is what separates those who think they are controlling sugar from those who actually control it. Measuring fasting glucose in the morning, and ideally an hour or two after main meals, gives immediate feedback on what works in your routine. Studies by the American Diabetes Association show that regular monitoring, even without diagnosed diabetes, increases adherence to healthy habits by up to 50% and can reduce glycated hemoglobin by 0.5 to 1% in 6 months. It's not about obsession, it's about empowerment. When you see the numbers improve after a good walk or a high-fiber meal, it reinforces the behavior and motivates you to keep going. How to do it practically? Use a simple and affordable glucometer. Many health plans cover it or are inexpensive at the pharmacy. Record the amounts in a free app or in a simple notebook. Also write down what you ate, whether you walked and how you slept. Set realistic goals. For example, keep post-meal glucose below 140 milligrams per deciliter. Now the 10-minute meditation. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which in turn increases blood glucose. Meditating reduces cortisol by up to 20 to 30%, according to research from Harvard Medical School, improving insulin sensitivity and stabilizing levels throughout the day. It doesn't have to be something complicated. Just sit quietly, focus on the breath and let the thoughts pass. How to implement? Choose a fixed time, first thing in the morning or before bedtime. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, take a deep breath through your nose, counting to 4. Hold for 4, exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat for 10 minutes. Use free apps like Insight Timer or Calm if you want guided guidance. Many have short sessions for beginners. If the mind wanders, gently return to the breath, without judgment. The combined benefits are impressive. Better emotional control, fewer urges for comfort food, more conscious decisions about health, and consequently more stable glucose. Many patients tell me that this duo, monitor plus meditate, is what made everything click. An example is Mr. Michael, 65 years old, from New York. He monitored irregularly and lived anxiously. By adopting daily monitoring and 10 minutes of conscious breathing every morning, their average glucose dropped from 152 to 124 milligrams per deciliter in 2 months. He said, "Doctor, now I understand my body instead of fighting with it." Final rule. Watch your numbers with curiosity, not fear, and use the 10 minutes of meditation to cultivate calm. Together, these habits create a self-sustaining system. Now that you know the 5 habits, it's time to put it all into practice. Let's recap and see how to get started today. Here we are at the end of this journey together. You've just discovered 5 powerful, simple, science-proven habits that can transform your blood sugar control after age 60. The daily 30-minute walk, including fiber in every meal, smart hydration with water and teas, 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, and daily monitoring combined with 10 minutes of meditation. These are not temporary tricks or fad diets. These are small, sustainable, and affordable changes that work together to improve insulin sensitivity, reduce glycemic spikes, lower glycated hemoglobin, and most of all, give you back more energy, mental clarity, and the freedom to enjoy life with family, friends, and the things that really matter. Imagine the real impact. Waking up without that fatigue that drags you all day. Looking at the glucometer and seeing numbers that make you proud instead of worried. Being more willing to walk with the grandchildren, travel, or simply enjoy a quiet day without fear of future complications. This is not dreaming, this is what happens when you adopt these habits with consistency. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. Start with 1 or 2 habits that seem easier to you now. Maybe the walk after lunch and an extra glass of water when you wake up. When these become routine, add 1 more. In a few weeks, you will notice the difference, and it will motivate you to keep going. Most importantly, you are not alone in this. Thousands of Americans over the age of 60 are doing the exact same thing and seeing real results. You can be next. So here's my direct invitation. Choose right now which of these 5 habits you're going to start tomorrow morning. Can be walking, fiber at breakfast, or simply drinking more water. Decide and put it on your calendar. If you enjoyed this video and feel that this information can make a difference in your life or that of someone you love, please like it now. It greatly helps the channel reach more people who need these tips. And subscribe to the channel with Tinkerbell turned on to receive more practical, evidence-based content like this one, so you never miss out on upgrades that can improve your health naturally and sustainably. In the comments below, tell me, which habit are you going to adopt first? And if you are watching from any city or state here in the United States, right there, I love to see where you are following me from. Your health is in your hands, and the best time to start is today. You deserve to feel good, full of energy and in control. Believe you. Thank you for watching until the end. Take care and see you in the next video.